K-pop demon hunters. That looks so lame. Alright, so it was good. Like, really good. I thought this film would suck. I mean, K-pop and demon hunting? Yeah, sounds lame. But wow, was I wrong. This film is absolute peak. And being the brain-rotted Godzilla and Versus channel that I am, I of course immediately wanted to make a video on it. And you all don't think I can. Come on. I'm the same guy that made a Godzilla vs. Fortnite video. The same guy that's able to make a fair Jurassic World vs. Pacific Rim video. You don't think I can do something on demons? Come on. But in case you're watching and haven't watched K-pop Demon Hunters yet, let me catch you up. The Demon Hunters are an elite group of demonic hunters, each generation taken from the last. We meet ones from long ago, to the 50s to the modern day, where we meet our team, Rumi, Zoe, and Mira. The Demon Hunters fight against demons that are sent to Earth by their leader, Krima, a giant ancient fire demon who controls the demon world, sending demons to the surface to try and steal souls and destroy the Hone Moon, a mystical barrier that the hunters protect and keeps the demons away. The hunters not only protect humanity, but they keep their souls safe. But for this video, we'll have a new hypothetical. What if Krima gambled with the leftover souls he had saved? With all the emergency reserves he has left, he forms a new demon. Stronger than any before. Not a water demon, not a hat demon, nothing like anything before. A monstrous beast. Taking all the vengeful spirits from World War II and forming them into one single entity. 60 meters tall, 30,000 metric tons, and skin like those of radiation scars. White eyes that pierce through the black void of the demon world, and standing eye to eye with Krima from the bottom of his monument. The king of the monsters and now demons. The dark god of destruction, Godzilla, aka Godzilla. In today's video, we're taking the Godzilla that feeds on souls and seeing if the K-pop demon hunters can take him down. Hello everyone, I'm your host Goji Guy, and today we have one of the strangest videos on this channel. As today we ask, can the K-pop demon hunters take down Godzilla? Without further ado, let's get into it. Again, hello everyone, I'm Goji Guy, and today we have an interesting video for sure. And I know what many of you are thinking. The K-pop demon girls versus the king of the monsters? This can't be close at all. And I know what it seems like, but I swear it's closer than it looks. If you're new to the channel, firstly, howdy and welcome. I post videos ranging from kaiju, dinosaurs, sci-fi, and anime. And depending on how this video does, I'd be happy to add K-pop Demon Hunter to the roster. So if you end up liking this video and want to see more like this in the future, then make sure to subscribe. Firstly, we need to cover what the conditions are, the characters' feats, and then decide who would win. So with that being said, let's start with Godzilla, as he'll be much easier to cover. So let's start with the king. For this video, we're going to be covering all of his feats at once to get a good idea of what he's capable of, starting with strength. Luckily, GMK only has one movie, so it shouldn't be too long to cover his feats. Just from standing, he's able to lift a ship. He knocks a crane over with ease, demolishes a hospital, and destroys a hill in his way. Now onto actual known weights, he's able to tail slap and toss Baragon, who weighs in at 10,000 metric tons. And lastly, he's able to throw Ghidorah, who weighs 25,000 metric tons. So Goji is comfortably in the tens of thousands of metric tons of weight. In terms of speed, he's able to duck under Baragon's leap, and he's able to turn around to slap him as we mentioned. And he's also able to block a torpedo launch at him by using Ghidorah as a shield. For durability, he takes spikes from Mothra to the face, and while clearly bothered, it doesn't show any lasting damage. Missiles with built-in drills literally warp and snap off his body. He tanks a barrage of missiles, he takes Ghidorah's beams and Baragon's bites, and is able to take Ghidorah's hollow purple of his shield, slamming straight into his chest, and launching him far away into the water with little to no damage. So it seems the only thing that really bothers him are the small stabbing attacks, as you see with Mothra's spikes. Interesting. Onto abilities. He of course has his atomic breath, which is a wild ability in its own right. Being able to simply destroy jets, to being able to form a mushroom cloud, and blowing up the Guardian Kaiju with relative ease. Other than that, he's able to absorb energy from attackers and take their beams, as you see with Ghidorah, and he has a really strong roar, being able to shatter glass from far away. He also has good regen, but you'll see why we won't really worry about that in a moment. So with that out of the way, let's cover the K-pop demon hunters. And man, just writing that at the time of making this, that being 2 AM, it sounds silly, yes, but I swear, they are much stronger than they look. Let's get into it. Next up is the Huntrix team, consisting of Rumi, Zoe, and Mira. These three girls are more or less relative in terms of their power, but Rumi should be a bit stronger than the others, that being thanks to her demon half. To get a good gauge of their strength, speed, and durability, we need to really cover the verse as well, and then do some of our own calculations to determine how strong they can hit and how fast they are. Also, I should add, we're using their end of film forms, that being when they're buffed by all the audience's souls, that being these versions right here. So to get a good gauge, let's start with the demons. Starting as early as a few minutes into the film, we see the plane crew demons, who once escaped escaping, the hunters end up destroying the plane, ripping it in half and tearing the wing off. We later see that the cannon fodder that is the faceless demons, when traveling in a large group, while some jumped onto the train, many of them took the train head on, getting rammed into and were a-okay. And that's really the most impressive things that the low tier demons do. But as you see, in large swarms, such as the train jackers, it seems they can squeeze their way through the Honmoon, a global interdimensional barrier. Now, that's the one thing that's really hard to cover. The Honmoon is a strange thing, as we don't know how powerful it is, as it depends on the humans around the world and their spirits. But at that point in time, it was still holding okay. So the fact that in large groups, they can rip through this is impressive. Now, onto Genu.
Play games with us! Bring out the slide!
The top tier demon besides Klima himself. Is it Guima or Krima? That's how it sounds that they say in the film, but if I'm butchering it, I apologize. I think it's Krima. I'm not. Anyways, Genu should be on par, if not a little lower than the other Saja boys, as he is a demon that was once human, while the other Saja boys are just full demons. But that in itself is heavily debated. So we'll just say they're all on par. So let's start with Genu. We see that just from bumping into her, he's able to literally send Rumi into the air in this goofy scene. He's able to rip through Rumi's battlesuit, and I won't cover it now, but not only are the girls super durable, but so are their suits. But give me a moment and we'll explain that later. And he's then able to compete with Rumi's strength, and even outdo her in certain moments. He takes a full force kick from Rumi. He's seemingly unaffected by Krima's fire. He barely moves from an enraged demon-enhanced Rumi. And, guys, he's alive, I swear. He's not dead, he's alive, I swear! Okay, but really, he's able to take a full force blow from Krima for quite a while. Keep in mind, this is the same Krima that covers the world in darkness during the concert. And along with that, in his prime, as Genu says himself, his roars alone could shake the world, which I don't think is an exaggeration. I mean, he shows he can mind control millions at a time, as seen in the final concert. And it's likely that it was a worldwide effect, not just Korea. So with that aside, let's cover Rumi's stuff, and then just assume that the other girls are slightly below her. Unless they have anything super impressive exclusively, then I'll cover it. Now, why do I keep hyping them up? Well, firstly, their bare minimum job as a demon hunter and protector of the Honmoon means they have to consistently monitor a global structure. Now, I'm not saying they're as strong as it. No. Just the fact that they're the maintainers gives them some good credit for stuff we'll cover in a moment. We see at the start of the film, the girls jump from cruising altitude and proceed to fall all the way down to the ground to the point where they're glowing blue and slam into the ground unscathed. They are at bare minimum hitting the ground with the force of a missile. And if you want to be clinically insane like myself and want to highball this, well, the fact that they were glowing blue means they hit the ground at roughly Mach 25, meaning they are hitting with force equivalent to the strongest bombs. Not atomic bombs, but think Moab levels. And that's just the surface. As we see, the demons also took the same fall and showed no damage, while seemingly dazed, still no injuries. Now, I don't do power scaling, but I will be using some of their calculations. That being the fact that the demons no-selled the attack, which, borrowing from power scaling, means they should be at bare minimum able to take blows 10 times stronger. So imagine them taking that fall 10 times over. So we have demons that at bare minimum can withstand multiple missile strikes worth of force, and possibly even small asteroids. But then, what happens after that? Oh, well, the demon hunters just one-tap them, which means they should be even 10 times stronger than the demons that are 10 times stronger than that fall. The girls are hitting with absolutely ridiculous force. This just being their physical blows, might I add. And that's where we bring up their weapons. Firstly, we know the weapons aren't necessarily stronger than the girls. Rather, they just make it easier to kill demons. As you see with Zoe, who is the smallest of the three, so in turn she should be the physically weakest, is able to simply just kick demons to death. The tools just make it easier to do so. Also, the weapons should be as strong as the girls make the Honmoon. So if anything, they should be stronger in a sense, as they are the ones that are actively making the Honmoon stronger. Along with that, their weapons are more or less infinite, as they can just form them whenever, which is great in a battle like this, where their blades might start to break on Godzilla's skin. But their best feat is as a team at the end of the film. We see that when buffed, they are able to kill, or at least banish, an insanely amped version of Krima. When looking at him at the start of the film versus then, he is many times stronger, and is likely at his peak performance, as he seems to be able to do what Genu said he was able to do long ago. And the girls, with a single pulse, they vaporize Krima, destroy his global darkness storm thing, and create a new Honmoon. Killing a being that can manipulate the world, and then adding a global structure to it? Yeah. Let me simplify that real fast. They kill a guy that was able to plunge the world into darkness just from being there. Does that mean they can do that? No. But they're able to kill a guy that can. And that's just from him existing there. Imagine how powerful he actually is. And they just kill him like that. But now, onto speed. We see they're able to get across their city in a matter of what seems like seconds to possibly at most a minute, as they are informed when the Honmoon is breached and are able to figure out where it is and kill the demon before they injure anyone. There are also plenty of random things. Zoe being able to catch a lot of chips in the air in less than a second, along with being able to quickly talk to Mystery while he's in slow-mo. Or how Mira is able to grab hearts out of the air that are going fast enough to slap people down to the ground. or how Rumi climbs a building in a matter of seconds. But here's where their best feat comes in. Sit down for this. Rumi, as one does, reacts to teleportation. Now, she likely knew where Gino was going to appear, but the fact that she was able to turn mid-air while he was actively teleporting and hit him is insane. And finally, their abilities. They show they can manipulate light as seen in the plane fight, and are able to also enclose an area. They can generate weapons as much as they need to. They can fly in both their normal and buff states. They can straight up take the power of souls to strengthen the Honmun, as seen with the original hunters. They can take powers from their fans to further buff themselves, aka taking souls like a demon, but not in a fatal way. Rather, it just empowers them. They show they can wipe out groups of demons with their attacks, and at most, they can manipulate matter, at least to a small extent, as seen when they form new clothes in the final fight. Oh, and lastly, thanks to the first demon hunters, they should be able to sing really loud, even without a mic, as seen with the original being able to sing across a village. And they're also able to banish demons away when strengthening the Honmun. But there is one other thing, a red card, if you will. With Rumi being half demon, you could make the argument that, while not ethical, she might be able to suck in souls like normal demons, but strictly to buff herself. So, with all that mentioned, let's cover how this fight would go. In this fight, for the hunters to realistically be buffed, let's assume they're in the middle of a performance. As the crowd cheers and the Honmun is almost fully beaming gold, it happens. The ground shakes, way more than the crowd is able to produce. The lights go out, and the Honmun blinds him with red. A stomp and a roar is heard. Leaving the theater, they see it. Karima's final play. Godzilla, the king of the monsters. Japanese and Korean beasts come together to try and destroy Huntrix. Godzilla's been promised that he can kill and take as many souls as he wants, as long as he takes down the girls. So, can he? In terms of strength, Godzilla can lift more, but collectively, the girls can hit harder, especially thanks to their pulse. They are faster than him by an unholy amount, and more skilled, but Godzilla is slightly more durable, and it would take a lot of cutting with their weapons to take him down. Godzilla's beam is strong, but they're too fast and small for him to keep an eye on them and land a solid blow. And while he could use his mushroom cloud attack, it would only kill the fans rather than the hunters. Realistically, Godzilla's best bet is his roar, though it will just deafen the people below, as the hunters' voices would clash against it, and at most, they'd get a ring in their ears. In a fight like this, realistically, the demon hunters are winning. The most likely outcome is they come together to blow him apart with a pulse or two. If he has any small chunks to survive on the ground, they can just lock it away using the Honmun. Or using their weapon pulse attacks, they can slowly destroy the spirits within him until he's reduced to nothing. As if he is literally just the physical embodiment of souls, well, getting rid of said souls, you get rid of him. Now, if Godzilla can land a perfect shot in all three of them full power, then he might be able to take them out. But that would likely never happen. So yes, really, to all those who clicked on this video, expecting the hunters to get demolished, oddly enough, they kinda sweep. But that is just this version of Godzilla. If you want to see how they perform against other versions of the G-Man, let me know. But what do you all think? Am I out of my mind? And what do you think of the thumbnail? We just got a new artist on the team, that being Dung, and he did an amazing first piece. So make sure to follow his Instagram in the description below. Anyways, am I crazy? Or are the hunters a lot stronger than you first thought? Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, if you want to see more videos on topics ranging from kaiju to dinosaurs and anime, then make sure to subscribe. But as always, keep collecting. Goji Guy out. See ya.